all right.
I'm sitting here with iced tea. I'm real glad to see you, man.
Yeah, it's a long time. The last time I saw you was at some awards or something.
That's right, I was sitting next to you. My daughter was going off. And
she just stepped to me again and said, "You remember me?" I was like,
yeah. She's a little taller than the last time you saw her. Now listen, you know, in the old days, the king used to kill the messenger when the messenger brought news the king didn't want to hear. It's kind of like that right now with you and the album and this song, you know. Now, is it because people feel that it's too hostile a message, or that they can't handle it from the community? I mean, what's up with the president? What is you know, what's this all about now?
The funny thing about the record was the record had been out a long time. The song Cop Killer on the Body Count album, and we had been performing the record for about a year on the road, and then the album came out in March, and nobody said anything. And then all of a sudden, there was a big outcry about this particular song, Cop Killer. I tried to analyze it a lot of times. One cop said he was afraid that, you know, black kids were going to hear this, gang members, but the record is a rock album. It's not a rap album. And I really think that the fear is that I injected black rage into the white households of America, because the record really mostly was bought by white kids. That wasn't my objective. It was just a rock album, but that's how rock sells. And I think I sent the white kids home with a lot of anger that is in the black youth. And that caused a major shock wave going through America, because a lot of white kids right now are listening to rap, but this really hit them hard. Yeah. And it's an election year, okay? So a lot of the politicians needed platforms to stand on. I can't imagine, you know, Clinton listening to a Sister Soldier record, all of a sudden he's talking about her. Quayle's talking about me. I mean, they don't even know who we are, but I think their advisors say, jump on this platform. This way you can get a conservative vote. Say rap. A lot of people don't like rap. And they try to turn it into like a Willie Horton type thing, you know? And avoid the true issue, why I made the record.
Yeah. Now, wouldn't it break your face, though, if Dan Quayle really was, like, grooving it home to the album and just, like, got it, like, recently? You know, said, damn, I forgot Cop Killer was on there.
Maybe Albert Gore probably listens to it, because I know Tipper plays my stuff a lot at her house.
She does.
But
I bet she does.
I don't know. I can't imagine that. I think some political advisors said, let's jump on this and turn it into an issue, because there's no platform for them to stand on this year. It's kind of like a sad election year. Yeah.
We'll be right back and talk about just how damn sad it is in a minute. You know, rap is funny how people are reacting to it, because it really has been around a long time. I mean, there's Louis Jordan and the Boll Weevil song that Brooks Benton did, Moms Mabley and Pearl Bailey doing the Fish Fry song. It's always been a way for people to tell a story. Now, what is it about rap that makes people so uptight? Is it because it speaks from a people nobody can hear? And when we say that, we are not necessarily talking about black people, we're talking about people, poor folks.
Exactly. There's a lot of different kinds of rap. You got pop-orientated rap, which means you want to be popular, so you say popular ideas. Then you have what's called hardcore, and that's what I do. That's what Public Enemy does, Ice Cube. This could be hardcore as far as just sexually explicit hardcore, you know, just like the brothers talking about girls out in the street, and it's dirty and it's nasty and it's raunchy, but that's how they talk. Or it could be politically hardcore, which is just says, yo, this is how I feel and this is what's going on. Now, when you have a cry from the bottom, a scream up, a lot of people don't want to hear that, you know? Like right now they try to wrap this thing in a big First Amendment issue, but the whole thing of it is when the Constitution was written, we were property, and they never even considered us talking.
Yeah.
So now, when you put me on an amplified system and tell me to millions of people, this particular brain wave or thought pattern was never supposed to get out. And we got people questioning authority. And once again, I say, the white kids, I think that's the real thing. As long as we talk to black people and we're mad, that's cool. The system is prepared to deal with that. They know we're angry. They say, ICE, we never expect you to like a cop. None of the black leaders did. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, none of them loved police. But now you got our kids feeling that same anger. And you got these white kids going home saying, Moms, Elizabeth Taylor wasn't Cleopatra, and ain't no white person built the pyramids, and all this, John Wayne ain't no hero, he killed Indians, and we're saying, yo, this is wrong, there's a lot of injustices going in. And in a war, what I consider this, the enemy is easily handled. The problem is when you have sympathizers. Those are the main, and what's happening is homes are being invaded right now, and the kids of America, white, Hispanic, Orientals, all of them are saying, I understand what ICE is saying, I understand what PE is saying, and it's wrong, and they got a point. They got to stop rap right now. They got to shut it down real quick.
And they're trying it, because now, before we get into the whole issue of censorship, because you know we're not living in a free society. It has not.
We can't say what we want to say on TV.
Well, no, we do. I mean, we do. You know, whether or not people are going to turn it off, you can't control.
Right.
You know, but we do get the opportunity, at least here in this forum, to say, here's what's up. Because one of the things I want to say to you about my feeling towards rap, the biggest problem that I have with it is it does not give young women a sense that there is a man there, that they are a part of a man's space. You know, it becomes you're a piece of ass, and let me have that, you know, that poontang or whatever the current hip phrase is to describe it, you know, and that's my biggest problem.
That's a valid complaint, though, but I get it from a lot of girls that say, oh, ICE, but then the whole thing of it is a lot of girls are making records now.
Yeah, and this, you know, and they're doing the same thing, and I want to say, hey, yo, hello, you know.
They're reversing it on us. Some of the girls, I had some records where Darlene was listening to them, and I was like, hey, take that off. I'm going to have to do some parental guidance here or something. What are you listening to? This girl was telling her how to cook up some grits and do me. I was like, wait, whoa.
Yeah.
So some of the, I mean, I guess you got to just look at it. If a man is making a record, sometimes men are going to come from a male and slightly chauvinistic approach.
Yes.
And that's just part of it. But when the women come back at us, I'm like, touche. Let me have it. I can take it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Except if Darlene is listening to it, and then you want to take it off.
Yes.
Yeah. But now, why did you decide to go ahead and just stop cop killing? Why did you? Because I know it wasn't an overnight decision. I know it's something you thought about deeply. But Whoopi Goldberg is curious.
Yeah. A lot of people have criticized me for the move, but the whole thing was, at the time the cops moved on Warner Brothers. They didn't move on me. They made a statement, well, we know why Ice-T is angry, but Warner Brothers, why did you let him come out? And they moved on him in a way. They sent bombs there. They threatened the lives of the people there.
The cops.
Or whoever, but the sympathizers with the police, you know, but I don't know. But I mean, it's nothing they haven't done before.
Right.
So they made moves, and it got to a point where it seemed like Warner Brothers was fighting my battle.
Right.
I made it clear, look, the record is not about, they said we did it for the money. Okay, I don't need, that's not the money, it's the issue. Why did I make the record? And I do not like y'all, okay? It's not Warner Brothers, it's me. If y'all got a problem with me, come step to me. If you're a brutal cop, I would just as soon see you dead. I do not care about you because you would rather see me dead. If you're a good cop, it does not, you know, it has nothing to do with you. But this is me. It's not Warner Brothers. It's not the secretary at the front desk. And it was just a man type thing where I said, look, I got to take this on myself.
Right.
And the record, I can give the record away free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not, That's not the issue. But everybody says, well, let's make it a First Amendment issue. We back your right to say it. But I'm like, where were all the people who feel the same way I feel about them? And why didn't anybody from the music industry or film step up and say, Ice, we don't like him neither, man. Only person called me, Wesley Snipes, and you, Arsenio had me on his show. But most people said, no, well, Ice's attitude about this, but I think a lot of us feel the same way. Maybe we might not want to go out and hurt them, but we know where the anger comes from.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you can't not have it. You know, I grew up in New York. The vibe was a lot different with the cops when I was a kid. Very, very different thing. But there is a different world out here now, you know, where making it used to be the thing, where you take yourself out from place A and you fight up to place B, and you got respect. You get to place B, you still don't get any respect.
Right, exactly.
You know?
And now that I've gained some form of respect, it's so easy for me to say, okay, the police aren't a problem anymore, but they still are a problem with me till I die, you know? Because whether I live in a nice neighborhood, my homies are getting killed out there, you know what I'm saying? And they're just doing wrong, especially in L.A. And there's no love in my heart for them, you know what I'm saying? Now, there is no freedom of speech if you step to the man, just point blank, and you know, but as far as from my mouth, I don't have to go through Warner Brothers. Right. I can say it straight in the camera. The police can basically kiss my ass, and that's just how I feel about them. If they think they want to come out here and beat down brothers in the street, then they got a problem coming, because I don't think the brothers is having it. And when they white kids go home and say that to them, it scares the living daylights out of them.
We'll be back.
A woman in a world without sound.
You can never come inside my silence and know me.
A man struggling to be heard.
You want to talk to me, then you learn my language.
Two people unable to silence their feelings.
You are the most mysterious, beautiful, angry person I have ever met.
William Hurt and Oscar winner Marlee Matlin, Children of a Lesser God. Tuesday at 8 on Channel 2.
Looking good, girl. Hold it, huh? You're blowing our image with that ugly, crusty tartar until you get serious and get Tartar Control Crest. I'm out of here.
Tartar Control Crest is recommended most often 2-to-1 by dentists recommending a Tartar Control brand. After dental cleanings, it helps keep tartar from building up again.
Come back. I've got Tartar Control Crest now. Good. I'm glad to see we finally got it together.
Tartar Control Crest, the dentist's choice 2-to-1.
The world's great psychics predict events far beyond our wildest imagination. Edward Casey, Nostradamus, and others have accurately predicted the future. Now, you can talk to America's great psychics to help guide you through the future. Call now and receive a one-on-one reading with a caring, gifted psychic. Explore your future. Ask questions about love, health, money. If you have something on your mind, we will help. Call now.
Adults only, $3.49 a minute.
Some home equity lenders tease you with low introductory rates. Not the Money Store. Right now, we're offering qualified homeowners fixed-rate home equity loans as low as 7.5%. That means after 90 days, your low rate would be 7.5%. And after 2 years, just 7.5%. The Money Store guarantees your low fixed rate will never go up. Apply right now. 1-800-LOAN-YES. The Money Store, where America goes for money.
Take a look at all the variety in a Togo's menu, and you'll see why people keep coming back. At Togo's, we serve over 30 hearty sandwiches, like our zesty number 10, the hot pastrami Reuben, or the famous number 24, fresh avocado with lean turkey. And our albacore tuna is the best tuna money can buy. Hey, we take pride in serving quality. So if you want the best sandwiches, salads, and catering, come to Togo's. We're here when you're hungry.
Guests of the show fly our official carrier, American Airlines. Together with American Eagle, American flies to over 300 destinations in 45 countries worldwide. American Airlines, something special in the air.
Here comes that black boy with the fancy cars. Who gave them black boys those rock guitars? Who let them in the club? Did you make them pay? Who let them on the stage? Who let them play? Don't they ain't no rock just for whites. Don't they know the rules? Those blacks are too hardcore. This stuff ain't cool. The blacks want everything in the whole damn world. That black boy plays so good. He's the black girl of the neighborhood. Back of the neighborhood.
And see, I think a lot of people, A, haven't heard it, don't know anything about it. Why don't you give me a little background? How do you come to Cop Killer?
All right, first, you got the group Body Count. Right. All right, group Body Count is a group of black guys from South Central I grew up with, were in gangs and everything, but just happened to be into rock and roll, play guitars and stuff. And they always worked with me on my records. They couldn't find a place in any rock group. They tried it. They was like, I used to spandex, the hair, it's not working. And so I said, well, we're all friends. Why don't we create our own group? More of a need to have something to play. They wanted to play. Groups need to play. And I ended up being the lead singer. And I said, let's make this group the angry voice from the bottom. Not like Ice-T who rationalizes things. Just mad. Just mad. At times stupid. So we were sitting in there and we were thinking about, we were listening to the Talking Heads record, Psycho Killer, and I was like, yeah, this is a crazy record, because I'm into like kind of macabre stuff, so we listening to it. Then we think about Nurse Killers and all this stuff like that, and the drummer said, man, right now, they need a cop killer, because, you know, and I was like, wow, that's a record, you know. So we worked on the character, the guy who lost his mind behind police brutality, because we didn't need to see the Rodney King thing. We've been living it, you know. So we worked on it, and he became a character, and we started singing the song, and people liked it. The tricky thing to this record is, if I had made a record called Child Killer, nobody would have liked the character. Nobody would have hated me, because they would have said, well, he just did a record about a guy who kills kids, and it's not cool, and I hate that character. The scary thing about Cop Killer is a lot of people like this character. A lot of people, he's like almost kind of like an anti-hero. People are so mad with the police that if there was somebody out there that was doing brutal cops like this character is, because the lyrics he says, it's been too long. Tonight we get even. He's lost it. He's like, I can't take it any longer. You know, Cop Killer, it's better you than me. Blank police brutality. He's out on that. And people are saying, yo, it's kind of weird. Nobody wants to see anybody die, but it's almost at that point. And anybody who watched that Rodney King scene and didn't say for 1 minute they should kill them cops, they know what goes on in the mind of the cop. This guy particularly, he just flipped, and he lost it and went out on this rampage. I don't want to see nobody out there get hurt. I definitely don't want nobody to go out there and try to play the role of this character in this thing, because I ain't no cop killer. I ain't no cop killer. I'm sitting here on Whoopi Goldberg's show, and I ain't thinking about pulling no triggers on nobody. But this particular character could possibly become real under the stress that's going on down in the ghetto right now. And I think that's where all the fear comes from, because these cops know that they have pushed people to the edge of insanity, you know, and hopefully they'll change their ways, and people will too.
Well, we got this new guy in. Let's wish his ass some luck, because
I don't trust him neither. You know, he was involved with that Move thing in Philadelphia, and they covered that up when he came here. And you know, I'll make sure everybody knows who he is. I don't know. You know, I mean, I believe some people go in there to be honest cops and get corrupted by the brotherhood. Yeah. You know, I just hope people start treating people like people, you know.
But isn't it kind of funny that in a neighborhood, you have a group of guys and you hang out, you become the gangsters, you're doing all that stuff. You got these cops, they hang around together, they become gangsters. So it's kind of like gangster warfare going on. But were you a gangster?
Yeah, definitely. I was deeply involved in lots of crime, and I didn't think I had a chance to do anything else, and I was very, very fortunate to get a chance to be in, like, I was in the terrible movies called Breaking and all that stuff. I was just,
honey, I got a lot of those. I got a string of terribles behind
I was just rapping in a club one night and doing it as a pastime to get girls. And Because we had all the money, but we had to go in the club and start rapping, trying to get some girls. My homies be like, rap, rap. Go on there, get the girls. So we would get the girls and then, you know, run around town. But I got lucky and got out. My friends pushed me out. They said, Ice, man, you got a chance, man. Go this direction. Almost all my friends now are in prison. One of them right now is looking at death row. A couple of them will never come home. A lot of them are dead. And the few that have gone through the penal system now work for me. I hired them, you know. And it's just a real tragedy out there in the streets. And I'm trying to tell the brothers out there, don't go that route.
We'll be right back.
If Teddy's diaper doesn't absorb fast enough, when Teddy toddles, Teddy gets wet. That's what's great about his Pampers Phases for walkers. They're faster. Pampers has a special speed dry system. So even though it's less bulky, it absorbs faster than this other leading diaper. So it's less likely to leak. And Teddy stays drier. When it comes to Teddy's diapers, faster means drier. And Pampers is faster.
Pampers Phases for walkers with the speed dry system for drier, happier babies.
With Ryder's 24-hour number, not only can you get everything you need to make your move easier.
Does Route 60 run through Phoenix? Thanks.
But you can call us with any other questions you have along the way. Oh, and if you rent a truck by November 7th, you get a free Domino's pizza delivered right to your new home.
From Hollywood Pictures and Miramax Films.
I cannot stand aside and let others die for me.
She challenged them to raise their voices in protest.
We want the people awake, alive. Did you hear that?
To stand up.
Yes.
And make a difference.
You kids are just beautiful.
To fight for their freedom. Whoopi Goldberg, Laletti Kamalo, Serafina.
People can defeat the armies.
Rated PG-13. Now playing in select cities. Starts Friday.
Rush into Tower Records and touchdown to super low prices on thousands of titles on sale now. Get Ralph Tresvant, Mo Money soundtrack. Def Leppard, Adrenaline. East Coast Family, Volume 1. U2, Achtung Baby. Enter to win an exciting trip for two to Super Bowl 27. You'll score big during the Touchdown to Tower sale now at Tower Records.
Somewhere in every child's heart, there is a place called home, where the toils and joys of their most precious years are shared with family. So many of our children long for that comfort and caring, special children with special needs, dreaming of a special love that can only be found at home. Imagine what you can bring to the life of a child. Call the Black Adoption Placement and Research Center. Bring our children home.
You know, I really like the man that's going to be on the Whoopi Goldberg show. Burt Reynolds, you ought to check it out. Could be hot.
Look for Kraft Touch of Butter spread in the new package. It's made with rich, creamy butter. A touch of real butter makes a real difference.
Television is all kinds of basic sweats and t-shirts. Tultex, a new way of looking at clothes. What makes Finlandia America's #1 imported Swiss? Finland, with purer water, crisper air, fresher milk, producing cheese aged over 100 days.
Well, baby, I'm so glad you came. I'm so glad you came.
Thanks for having me. I've told you I ain't done a lot of shows. I knew you were the real one, so I said, okay, we're gonna go see Whoopi. They called me in Australia.
Uh-oh.
They said, Whoopi, I'm like, I'm with it. She's cool. She's down.
Well, we'll do this again.
Anytime.
All right. Good night.
Don't go away. We've got a cab reserved just for you, and the cabbies will drive you over the edge with laughter. Taxi is next here on KTVU.